Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
High school football practice is back, but it doesn't look like it used to. We're there as one local team navigates the new rules.
Many Americans are making summer travel plans, but how safe is it to fly or stay at a hotel? Our expert weighs in.
Nursing homes have been the key battleground in the coronavirus pandemic, but the Local 4 defenders have learned the most deaths in the nation may have taken place at facilities in one downriver community. Glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 6. We have been reporting on the problems at Rivergate Terrace in Riverview since the peak of the first wave of COVID-19.
Well, now the Local 4 defenders have learned the number of lives lost at Rivergate and its sister facility next door may be the highest in the nation. Sean Lay live with the new numbers and why one family says their loved one should still be alive. Sean.
And she is not alone in this, Kimberly. Good evening. Two facilities here, you are right, owned by the same parent company. Tonight, that parent company confirms to the defenders here at Rivergate Terrace, 35 residents passing away from COVID-19. Right next door, Rivergate Health, 20 people gone from COVID-19. That parent company in Seattle tells us this is likely the highest number of COVID deaths linked to nursing homes anywhere in the country.
It's as if they turned their head away from it. They didn't care.
Kathy McGuire is hurting from the loss of her 87-year-old mother, Sarah, to COVID-19.
I lost a very precious person in my life, and it caused a lot of pain to not only myself, but my family and even the grandchildren. And my mother still had a good quality of life to go.
And she is furious at Governor Whitmer for ordering COVID-positive residents back into nursing homes. Then, June 15th, ordering that all nursing home staff and residents be tested for the virus. Kathy's mom was in Rivergate Terrace in April when she got sick.
So it's too late. I'm happy for the other residents and the families that will not have to go through what my family went through.
In March and April, Rivergate insiders and families told the defenders the virus was spreading like wildfire at Rivergate. Rivergate parent company Life Care Centers of America confirming to the defenders tonight 35 residents of Rivergate Terrace died of COVID-19. 20 residents of sister facility next door, Rivergate Health, also lost their lives. 55 families now suffering the loss of their loved ones. Kathy McGuire says she has questions for Governor Whitmer.
And I would ask her, why did you not come forth and protect our senior citizens, our loved ones that were in the nursing homes, who were the most vulnerable? You should have taken control like you took control over the restaurants, over the bars, over, the retail stores and this and that.
Now, the defenders did ask Governor Whitmer for an interview today to respond to criticism just like that. Her office getting back to us late this afternoon saying it was all about testing and the lack of tests there in April, back in March as well. In fact, the governor's office says there in places still a lack of tests, but testing being done now with the help of the National Guard of every nursing home resident in the state and staff member. Insiders here at Rivergate, both facilities say now they are 100% COVID free. We're live in Riverview tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4 defenders.
That's good. Okay, Sean, thanks.
People behind Detroit's drifting scene, in which drivers do donuts in front of a crowd, are explaining a new video in which fire is added to the equation. In the video, skid marks are ignited as the driver does a figure eight. As Victor Williams reports, it was meant as a tribute to a lost friend. That does not make it legal.
Well, the streets were on fire, literally, and it was a ring of fire. Take a look right here in the middle of the intersection of Livernois and Warren. You can still see the skid marks, some of them that were actually in flames. But we're told it was all done to pay tribute to someone.
Oh yeah, they really wildin'.
Flames cover the road at the intersection of Livernois and Warren Sunday night as traffic comes to a standstill on all sides.
They wildin'.
A man with the gas keg even runs around reigniting the blaze.
They wildin'! They wildin'!
The group responsible is usually known for shutting down traffic for donuts, but this was very different. T's Garage shop owner Tommy Mahone says it was all done, however, to pay tribute to a life that was taken too soon from gun violence.
His name was Manny. He had a GA. He always used to love doing figure eights. He was a young guy, lost him during gun violence.
Although Mahone had absolutely nothing to do with the actions of this particular group.
I mean, I wasn't there that night, but I know that's why they do it.
He's very familiar with the Sunday Fun Day community and the drivers who drift their cars every Sunday night. For many, we're told it was his life.
And representing the celebration of his life, that's what the young folks do. They pour gasoline in a figure eight and light it on fire. He was a real pinnacle figure in the car scene. So rest in peace, Manny.
And as you can imagine, the police are not too happy with this. They're saying that it's illegal and that they will be out enforcing the law. Reporting Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor. Well, let's transition from fire to rain, which we badly need.
Yeah, Ben's here with our look at our increasing chances of getting some, Ben.
Yeah, and let's hope we get all we can tonight, guys, because it is the best chance that we've got going forward this week. Some of that lingering into tomorrow, but Storm Tracker 4 showing that there is activity on the west side of the state, thunderstorm activity, no severe storms, nor do we expect any here. In fact, as we take a closer look at that cell that's down near Coldwater right now, we've been watching it sort of move through over the last hour, and you can see it really blew up there as it gets into the western part of the county, and then just kind of loses a little bit of its strength as it moves towards Coldwater. So we'll keep an eye on that. There is less instability for these storms to work with closer to us. But here's how we think tonight's going to play out. Some of this activity starting to move in here, probably closer to sunset in the west zone, and then a lot more as we get through the overnight hours going into tomorrow morning. So you can track the showers and storms on the Local Forecasters app. It's got interactive radar, severe weather alerts, and a lot more, all in the palm of your hand. Download it for free in your app store by searching WDIV, guys.
Let's take a look now at some of the top headlines in the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. State reported 179 new cases of the virus today, along with 7 additional deaths. University of Michigan and Grand Valley State University both indeed now planning to hold in-person classes this fall.
The Archdiocese of Detroit says it's moving to phase 2 of its reopening plan for churches. That means 50% capacity with face coverings and physical distancing measures in place. And Delta Airlines announced today it's resuming service to Shanghai, China from Seattle this Thursday. And in July, the airline will begin to offer a flight from Detroit to Shanghai. Summer is traditionally travel season, but the pandemic has many people wondering if they should even consider taking a trip this year. We asked our Dr. Frank McGeorge to answer your most frequently asked questions about summer travel. First and foremost, is it safe to plan a summer vacation? Well, that comes down to location, location, location.
It's safe to plan a summer vacation, but there are a couple of important things to consider. For example, the amount of COVID-19 that's spreading in the area that you'll be visiting. Areas like southeast Michigan are much lower risk than Florida right now, for example. Also, consider the number of people you'll be exposed to who might have come from other areas with a higher COVID risk. Popular tourist destinations that attract people from all over that can import the virus, frankly, increases your risk of exposure.
Is it safer to drive instead of flying?
Driving is definitely a lower exposure risk than flying, and if you do fly, just be sure to take proper precautions.
Should I avoid certain parts of the country?
Different areas of the country are experiencing different rates of growth in COVID cases. If you don't have a need to go to an area with more COVID activity, I'd avoid it. But if you're visiting relatives that live somewhere specific with increasing case counts, really try to limit public exposures and make sure that your relatives are healthy as well.
Is it safe to stay in a hotel?
I've never really considered hotels clean, so I wouldn't say they're any less safe at this point. Personally, I would clean the room at least superficially myself, and then I would limit the number of times that housekeeping comes in and out. I mean, really, how many times do you need your sheets and towels changed?
Would you personally take a trip right now?
If I had somewhere that I needed to go, I would, but the key word is need. Discretionary or recreational travel, frankly, it just doesn't excite me right now.
Okay, Doc, and Dr. McGeorge says no matter where you travel, you cannot take a vacation from the recommended safety precautions. So that includes avoiding crowds, maintaining social distance, wearing a mask, cleaning frequently touched surfaces, as well as washing your hands often.
Of course, this crisis is ever changing, and therefore the governor's rules, as well as different organizations' responses to those rules, have been rather fluid. But right now in Metro Detroit, school sports teams are permitted to practice outside. So that means football is kind of back. Jamie Edmonds went to West Bloomfield to see how it's working there.
It's day one of football practice here at West Bloomfield High School, where there are a lot of changes, all made in the name of safety. The West Bloomfield Lakers are physically back on the field, but things are far from usual.
You got to be mindful of just the little things, reminding the kids to make sure they're practicing social distancing, making sure that, you know, we spraying the equipment that each kid uses it, and it's just different.
West Bloomfield head coach Ron Bellamy says the school is following the guidelines set by the MHSAA. The players' temperatures were taken upon arrival and they filled out the questionnaire. They put their belongings down on new blue dots 6 feet apart. Water bottles are their own. Furthermore, position groups were kept together and spread out throughout the day. The weight room still off limits.
We just can't access the weight room, so we got to be a little more creative out here. You know, as you can see today, we did a lot of tire flips, push-ups.
No footballs were thrown or caught today, no tackling either. This was purely a workout. Bellamy says it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Jake, this is the first time we've seen them in 3.5 months, so just slowly trying to get them acclimated to getting in shape.
Coach says the kids are motivated to follow all the rules because they want to have a football season.
We just want to keep it clean. We want everybody. We want to just keep a good track of ourselves.
And even though there are regions up north where they can practice indoors, competition statewide is still prohibited. We're live tonight. Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
Jamie, though, as we look at news on the college football front, we've seen players testing positive. We've seen players having to go into quarantine. What are the coaches saying about what they're seeing at the level just over their head?
Well, Devin, I did ask Coach Bellamy that question, and he says that news is definitely nerve-wracking. On his level, high school level, all the position groups are practicing together. So say that would happen to them, someone tests positive, that position group would isolate, and it doesn't shut down the whole team's practice.
We'll be watching closely. All right, Jamie.
We will. Border Police at the Ambassador Bridge make a stop and find a lot of marijuana. On Friday, officers at the Fort Street cargo facility stopped a Canadian citizen driving a waste hauler, and during an X-ray inspection, they noticed odd shapes in the rear of the hauler, which turned out to be exactly 418 pounds of marijuana. The driver was arrested and faces drug charges.
New at 6.
As people protest all over the country, one man protests silently through his artwork. I'll introduce you to this local artist here on the Detroit riverfront.